Yo, here we go once again. Another episode of Straight Game Podcast. I'm Ty Ellis. We got Eddie House, Mike Bibby. Before we get started, thank y'all for the support. Keep subscribing, keep on hitting that like button. Let's get at it. E House, breaking news: Chris Paul was asked not to come back to the Clippers organization. What are your thoughts on that?
I got a couple different thoughts, right?
Okay.
I'll give you the first one. The first one is the overall view of everybody else from a bird's eye view, 30,000 foot view is like, damn, somebody so decorated. Think about all the accolades he has, what he's done. One of the best point guards that's ever played this game. And in the middle of the night, he get a call, a meeting, and say, "Hey, man, pack your bags up. You gotta go." Right? To me, that it could be handled different. But then on the flip side of that coin, I've been on that flip side,
Okay.
and I've been one that got called. It was like Pat Riley. It was in early in the morning before practice. He said, "Hey, man, just we're gonna let you go." And that's just how it goes. That's the nature of this business. So I don't think that people should get so wrapped up in their emotions about what Chris Paul has done and what he has been to this league. Think about what they did to Carmelo Anthony,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Carmelo had to fight his way back into the league. Luckily, at the time that happened with him, he still had some, gas in the tank. He wasn't on the back end of his career at 20 years or 19 years, something like that. So I, it's the nature of the business. I understand how people could be upset with it. Is it right? I don't know. It depends on who's looking at it. Is it wrong for them not to do that if he is being disruptive in the locker room, or is it right if it's just like, hey, we can move on and maybe you could go somewhere else and finish the season off because it's at this time. So that's how I feel about it, man. I'm kind of like indifferent with it. I got two
Yeah.
different perspectives.
See, my thought on process is on it that this was going to be his last year. I think he wanted to retire a Clipper. You know, what I mean, I think that's why he's there. Because I mean, I went to the Clipper game when they played here. He played a little. He played about 9 to 10 to 12 minutes here when they played. I mean, he went out there. He shot the ball. Was still playing. They took him out. It wasn't like he was. You could see it from the outside looking in, like, oh shit, he looks like he's pissed off over there, and bringing shit down on the bench. You couldn't see that, but I think the main reason for this year was like, hey, kind of get that that last wave to everybody, like his career, going around like you said, probably one of the top 4, 5 point guards to play the game ever. Just to give his goodbyes and thank everywhere where you played at, and just go see give like a last hoorah, for himself. So I mean, I don't think he came in expecting to kill the minute stat area to where he's getting 40 minutes a game. I mean, I don't think he was looking into that, but um, I just think that he was just I don't like I said, I don't know the gist of the whole thing, but like I mean, I can't. Even when I was in New York, I knew my time was up. I didn't want to go. I was done the year before, Eddie. I told you that too. And my situation was like, don't feel like you have to play me, Woody. I'm good over here. I got a good workout in the morning, and I worked out before the game. Don't feel like you have to play me. And I wasn't in that mindset of I should be playing. I'm better than these guys. I didn't have that mindset, so it was kind of easy for me. Like, you know what? I'm gonna play my last year, be a Nick, and be gone. So it's kind of hard to look at the situation to see where
Yeah.
he's coming from.
So, Mike, what was your role if you knew you was done the year before
Mm-hmm.
in New York? What was your role for the Knicks? And do you think it was similar to what Chris was asked to do in LA?
I'm gonna tell
Getting
you.
that check.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, Ty. I was I look at it like I was there for no reason. You know what I mean? It was. I mean,
Getting that check.
it was. I mean, not to keep it 100 with you. I was like, I mean, we had all the guys was Tyson, Chandler,
Okay.
Baron Davis, Carmelo, Amari. Like I mean, the team was good. We were old at the point guard spot. So Baron got hurt. Like we were both like the same thing that how Jeremy Lin got in. Me and Baron ended up being hurt at the Warriors game. And when we came back, we didn't have a point guard. And so they brought him. They brought him back with us, and he ended up playing. He ended up having those. I think it was four. Well, how many games was it? 4.
Like the 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, he came in and was killing that time. So, and it was just like there's only so much I could do. Like I couldn't get out there and show like what I could do to kind of get these guys going. I could point and tell,
Right.
but I kind of sat on the bench, and I had no problem sitting on the bench. I didn't have any ego that felt like I should be playing. My mindset was just gone before that. Mike Woodson kind of talked me in to coming and playing that final year or so. It's probably different between him, me and Chris Paul. But I mean, like I said, for you to go out there and for him to not come home and just tell you like, hey, you don't need to come back to the team, it has to be something that they aren't telling everybody yet.
That's the janky part right there, Ty and Mike, is
Uh-huh.
that it could have been finish the road trip. When you get back, we let you know, like, hey, this, that, and the third, this is the reason why we're going to move off of you. But the situation of in the middle of a road trip,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's like, you cutting somebody and you cutting them for finding out. Most of the time when guys get cut like that or get released like that, I should say, because I don't want to say he got cut, but just say he got released, you usually did something detrimental to the team, detrimental to the organization. And somebody is like, oh, we trying to get ahead of this. We get rid of him right now. And then we could come out with our statements to say, justify the reasons why we did it. That's usually how that goes.
Yeah.
But for the fact that, is I don't think maybe he did do something detrimental to the team, not to the team per se, to where it's a PR disaster, but more so an internal disaster with the team. Button heads with a coach, button heads with teammates, and teammates not feeling you. Guys all coming in saying, hey, man, this guy, we ain't feeling him. We not feeling him. We not feeling him. And depending on how much money they make, carries a lot of weight. So I think that still, with that being said, if that was the case, they could have waited to me. They could have waited till they got back to LA to let him know that.
But they got the
But
oldest roster. They got the oldest roster in the NBA too. So you know what
yeah,
I mean?
they
Like,
do.
and that was Ty's team coming into the season. So as far as about to shake shit down, that was Ty's
Wait,
team. So
I
let's
He
hear.
done
jumped.
switched. He
Yeah,
done
I
switched
jumped
now.
ship
You know
the
who his
second
team
week, man.
now is. Watch. Who your
oh,
team?
OKC.
OKC. I jumped ship the second week. I chose OKC last year, and you know what happened? I let y'all trick me. Y'all say it's so hard to go back to back. And so I'm giving my brothers like, damn, they been in the league, and I value y'all opinion, but I should have stayed with my guns
They
like
might
I
not
did
lose another
last
game
year.
for the rest of the season.
I chose
OKC.
OKC last year, and I jumped ship because I was influenced by my brothers. I'm back on track, OKC fans. I'm sorry. Uh, uh, I'm OKC all the way right now. But
They might go 81-1.
No, that'll be tough. They are they steamrolling, they bulldozing the league right now. They are killing.
yeah,
This the thing though. We've seen this show before, right? We've seen the Golden State Warriors do the same type of thing and wasn't able to close it out at the end because you put some.
Name one team that could beat them in 4 games though. Name one team that you think
I,
that would have a chance.
well, I'm saying through a quarter of the season right now, I don't think there is a team. But we're talking about there's still 75% of the season that still has to be played. And you know how shit shake out.
Injuries
Minutes,
and stuff.
exactly. I don't want to say that like that, but I'm saying minutes wearing you down, starting to slow down, starting to bog down, things like that. When you gotta carry the weight of of all these minutes and everything that they want you to do. You playing 38 minutes a game, and that's the way you could win games. Is that you have to do that. Well, what do that shit look like when it come after All Star break? What does it look like when it's mid March? What does it look like at the beginning of April? You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I would say I'm gonna take a step back. But I think that they're I mean, head and shoulders above every team right now at this particular point. Head and shoulders above every team.
Every question you just asked was answered last year with how they played. Every question you just asked, was it look like this? We seen this story before with the Golden State, but we also saw it last year with OKC, and
They
they are
didn't have that type
better.
of record.
They're better. They're better
Here,
than they dominated last year, and they're better this year.
I'm gonna tell you why they're better. When you win a championship, right? Teams go on a deep playoff run. Whether they win a championship or not, there's a different level of confidence amongst the role players that are coming back. They get a they get somewhat of a bigger role, and they feel good and comfortable in that role because they've been waiting for that. And I think that that's where you look at what OKC is doing. Shea ain't doing nothing different than
Nope.
what he was doing last year.
Facts.
But you look at everybody else, you look at how other guys are stepping up, you know what I mean? And playing in a different role, playing with a different level of confidence. But this the other thing, Ty, you got to remember this. That was a long season last year. This is
Yeah.
their first time going through it. So now you're gonna go through the rigors of the regular season, putting these minutes on them again. Now in the playoffs, does it fizzle out? I don't think it will. I think this team is geared up to go back to back. Okay. If any team is, because they're young. So, but when you look at it, that's the reason why we say it's hard to go back to back, is because it's such a long season. You know what I mean? And if you don't
Yeah.
get an
Yeah.
extra punch here and there,
So the one thing about the Clippers, right? They're right now they're 5-16. Like I don't know what he could have done that's so detrimental. The only thing I can think about without having any knowledge whatsoever is he pissed off one of the stars. One of the stars is Kawhi or James, right? And Chris Paul is known for being honest, for telling it like it is, especially when he's a vet and has done so much. I would assume that kind of stuff has rubbed people the wrong way, and they made a decision. That's my true sense on it. What you guys think?
I think it can't be the stars. He's played with Harden before.
yeah.
Kawhi,
It didn't work though.
I know, but I don't think Kawhi says much. I mean, I think it had to be
Upper
upper
management.
management that didn't like something that was going
All
on.
right.
That's the only thing I could see as far as
Okay.
is making that trip to go tell him not to come back. So
All right.
Bumping heads with coaching staff, possibly all that type
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll never know. Unfortunately, the optics of it look very very bad from the Clippers standpoint because he is decorated in the first ballot Hall of Famer. Anyway, moving on. The Lakers. Lakers are balling. Luka is having an MVP ish type of season, putting up crazy numbers. What do you guys think? How the Lakers season will unfold, and what are your thoughts about the Lakers season thus far?
JJ Redick was pissed in the last game when he was calling a play for LeBron. He was joking with the stands. Y'all see that?
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
joking
but
with
he,
he's joking
he
with
ain't gonna
things.
do nothing. So
Yeah, true. That's why he
what you
called a
gonna do?
timeout. And he's like, "Fuck." I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think shit, I don't even know what to tell you. I think I mean, like I said, Luka's having a great year, and he's a Jordan guy, and I think that move to the Lakers was I don't want to say an inside job, but I think it
Mm,
had something to do with trying to make a new face of the league because I think he's about to become the face of the league if he's not already. Being in LA,
yeah,
top player in the league. I mean, you set up to win, and I think it's all going the right way for him.
yeah,
15-5. That's what we
yeah,
can say. And think about what their record was before LeBron came back. So it's not like once LeBron came back, they took off, but they didn't get any worse. You know what I
yeah,
mean? They only got better. And I'm not gonna say they got significantly better because when you look at it with LeBron, when the last time you seen LeBron not get a rebound in a game or one rebound? I
yeah.
want to say it was a few games ago where he had one rebound or didn't get a rebound. So you could tell right there that things are starting to change as far as the dynamic of what he brings to the table,
Looks
right?
less interested. He looks less interested.
Yep.
Well, you know why? Because he ain't got the ball in his hands. He's not the guy that's orchestrating everything. and I said this before when we were talking about this whole thing about when Luca came and how would that dynamic end up working out. And I always say great players can figure it out. I think great players understand, okay, what I got to do, and we could play off each other. But it's different when a great player is in his prime and a great player is on his way out. And that is a different type of conversation and a different type of energy that's going to be presented out on the court. So, and let's not make no mistake about it. Luka Doncic right now is the best between him and Jokic. They are the two best players in the league right now. And I have no problem saying that. The stats back that up right now. They showed what they're able to do. Their teams are winning, but it's hard for LeBron to be LeBron when he was Luca 10 years ago.
And you got to
Right.
see Austin Reeves is out there balling too. So
Killing.
yeah, so I mean, it's like, do you sacrifice a team to make him happy, or do you you know what I mean, or do you let the team just be the team?
That's
And I
almost
think
Yes.
that's
like, do you mortgage your future for this very second for somebody that might not even be here
Mhm.
in a year or two?
Yeah. Yeah. So Eddie, let me press the rewind button. You said the top two players, in your opinion,
Yeah,
are Europe
yeah. They
or
are.
none
They
American.
are. I mean, uh,
Okay. Okay.
you
Okay.
know what?
Okay.
It's called. Hey, you got an iPhone, don't you?
Yeah.
And
I
every
know
once and again,
I know
wait,
exactly
wait.
where he's going with this.
Hey,
I
what?
know where
Every
he's
once and
going.
again, hey, every
Look at
once
him
and again,
smiling.
though, I know, but every once and again, what does your phone tell you?
It need an update.
Okay, so I'm updated my information. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and stick by some stuff that I said, and then at the end of the day, be like, you know what, I was right. At least I can say right now, those are the two best players in the league right now. The
Well,
two best.
I think Shea is the best in my opinion.
Shay's out there
Oh,
killing
I
too.
think
He
Shea
is
is
killing too.
his
So
game is
that's
stupid,
three.
stupid fast.
Those are the top three players right
Yeah,
there.
all three are non-American players. But
Let me ask
anyway,
you this. Let me ask you this. Who would you start? Who would you start your franchise with if you had to right now pick one of those three players?
Shea,
I'm
I
going
would.
Luka.
I probably
Okay,
would go with Jokic.
okay, all right. So how come? Why Luca, Mike?
Makes his team better. You know, what I mean, he gets out there, he puts numbers up. I mean, it's a
Yep.
lot of people watching and standing what he does, but um, he fills the stat sheet up, and like you said, they're winning.
All right. So my retort to that is, I think Luca is an offensive juggernaut. He is unbelievable. He does things. He makes it look super easy. But on the defensive end, I'm not really rolling with that.
He a little better defensively this year, and
He
he's in
is
better
better.
shape.
He's a little better for sure,
And he's in
but
better shape.
he's in better shape, and he can get better. And he in big moments, I think he kind of sits down and defends, but he's required to do so much on the offensive end where he takes some breaks. In regards to Shea, Shea does it on both ends. In my opinion, they have a great weak side help defense. Shea is guarding the other players' guards and ones and twos, and he brings it on the offensive end.
Right there.
Now
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Jokic,
they got a better. I think they got a better defensive team.
yeah,
OKC
that's
all
true.
around. So I mean, I think that helps him make not look as that helps him look good too. You know, what I mean, if
That's
you got a
true.
bad
That's true.
defensive team, then you ain't gonna if you don't have to be the best defensive player. But if I got a shot blocker out there, if I got Matumbo, if I got
Yeah,
Josh Smith, I
yeah,
got a defender back there's going to be contest you at the basket. A lot of things look a lot better.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He could clean up some of the mistakes that you make on the perimeter. But you
Yeah.
said, because I wrote it down. You said OKC has great weak side help defense. How does that mean that he's a great defender? That's exactly what Mike is
Yeah.
saying right now.
Let me tell you.
I think OKC. Let me say my point, and I'll get to.
Okay, okay,
I'll
okay.
let you get to it. I think OKC together is collectively locked in, and
Yep.
they're on the proverbial string to where everybody's like, you know what? I need to be here. if he's going to help, I know I need to pull down. I know
Yep.
I need to drop back. I know I need to be right here. If there's a skip pass, we could either go roll, you know what I mean, which is called go rotation. If somebody said that, if
Yep.
like if I'm late to get to that, we could
Yep.
go roll, or I could get there, stunt, force them down to you. I could stunt, bottom man come and help and things like that. So it's so many different things that I think OKC does great defensively that helps him look great. Now he does. He's one of the top leaders in steals, but I watched the game the other day against Minnesota. He gets away with so much. And I'm not talking about the pump fakes and, getting to the foul line. I'm talking about the strips. When he reaching down and they give him that steal, even though it was a foul, Anthony Edwards went to the basket, got fouled by him, got bumped again, and went up. But see, that's what happens when you are a championship team and when you're known for playing defense. You're able to get away with all of those type of things, especially a guy like Shea. So go ahead. What was
Well, to answer your question about or comment on your comment about weak side defense, the weak side defense is really good, but there's a way to get beat. Like Shea or the Oklahoma City Thunder as a whole, they very seldom get beat with straight line drives, right? So if you're getting beat in a banana cut or a rainbow type of cut, you're forcing them to the help side. Now, whereas Luka in the past would get beat straight line. We've all heard the phrase "guard your yard."
hmm
A yard is 3 feet to the left, 3 feet to the right. You can't get beat in that yard because that's a straight line drive, and
Did you
that's the
just make
problem.
that up?
Well, I've been saying that
I
guard.
ain't never heard 3 feet to the left, 3 feet to the
You're
right,
right.
three
So
feet
no,
to the
well,
front, or 3 feet to the back. I just
well, well,
know it
well,
was
listen
like,
to me.
man, guard, keep him motherfucking in front of you.
No, I'm a defensive mastermind. I've heard guard your yard, but I say guard a yard. If you guard 3 feet to your left and 3 feet to your right, now that's not considered a straight line drive. And Luka in the past has given up straight line drives with which creates weak side rotations, long closeouts, and open threes. Now, what the Thunder do really well is they guard their yard. So now they're getting beat in an angle where they can angle off, or help side can help and recover and not rotate. So that's why I give Shea the edge in regards to playing defense.
Over
So
Luca.
yo,
I mean, I think he is a better defender than Luca, on ball
yeah,
defender than Luca, for sure. I believe that.
yeah.
I can roll
All
with
right.
that.
So Jokic, why Jokic for you?
Because right now, what's at a premium in the league? And what are everybody looking for? Bigs that can stretch the floor, right?
Yeah,
Can he
yeah,
stretch the floor?
yeah,
Can he pass like Sabonis?
yeah,
Can he rebound the basketball? Can he play bully ball? Can he play finesse ball? Now, he's not going to be the shot blocker that people want him to be, like a Stromile Swift jumping up there in the air, beating something down, or anybody that was like that in our day that we could think of. Because I'm drawing blanks right now as far as shot block. No Elijah Wands, nothing like that. But he gets it done defensively because the one thing about him, man, when I watched him last year, for the first time, I had an opportunity to actually see him with my own eyes, not on TV. And I seen the one thing that he does. He's stronger than probably everybody that's on the court. He's not allowing nobody to get angles on him.
yeah,
But then on the offensive end, he creates these angles. And because he's so strong, they're never able to get back in front of him. And so I looked at his footwork. I looked at how slow he looks, but how quick that first step is against a big guy. And then he always punishes anybody that's smaller than him. If he gets that ball, he punishes them.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the reason why I say that is because that's at a premium right now in the NBA. Guys like that can do have that particular skill set. So that's the reason why I said Jokic.
What you think, Mike?
I said Luka.
No, about Eddie's comment about Jokic.
I saw, you know what? I saw a video of him. They were talking about his defense, and I mean, it didn't look too great. I forget who had the clip, but on the Instagram stuff, they find stuff and
Yeah,
they pick stuff out. I mean, it looked just like everybody else on defense. Not really even the top defenders look like they have a lot of holes sometimes too. If you put together
Mm-hmm.
a video, but like I said, I'm going with Luka, man. Got to go
Yeah,
with Luka.
I think Jokic has way more holes in his game defensively than any of the three we just named. I agree with everything you just said about Jokic. Everything he's phenomenal. The only thing I would say is he's easier to stop or game plan against than Shea, Luka, and I mean those two guys specifically because he's a big and big need help getting the ball, all those types of things. It's easier to double team, and he has to have a supporting cast around him to really get off, right? To create space, and it's not the case with Luka. Luka and Shea make difficult shots all day, every day, and the ball is in their hand most of the time. So you're not wrong. I just out of those three, my opinion is he's in third.
But to go to what you were saying about a supporting cast, you understand me? If Luca didn't have a supporting cast, he ain't winning. Think about that.
But
If
he still get
Shea don't,
numbers.
but but it ain't about numbers. I thought we talking about winning, right? We talking about winning. Luca ain't won a championship yet. Shea just won one. He had a great supporting cast. Luca, I think this is the first year I would say that Luca's gonna have one of the supporting cast that kind of supports his style of play because Austin Reeves could play off the ball, with
Yeah,
his cuts and stuff like that, get open. Luca could play like that. He didn't have guys like that. Think about when they lost to, or when they played. Did they lose to Phoenix? Yeah, they lost to Phoenix in the conference finals. Jalen Brunson was there. Jalen Brunson's ball dominant player.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's not like it's not the same dynamic that he will have that he has right now. And so everybody has to have a great supporting cast. You ain't gonna just go out there and do it yourself. Mike is better than all these three that we just said, right? And we know the Mike we talking about. You know what I'm saying? We talking about
yeah,
MJ. And if he didn't have a supporting cast, he wasn't winning 6 championships. Was he gonna put up great numbers? Yes. But everybody needs that help. Everybody needs somebody
yeah, yeah.
to fill in the blanks. You understand what I'm
All right,
saying?
all right. That's fair. Let's move on to Mike Sacramento Kings. Um, are you
Ooh,
guys surprised at how bad they're playing? What's going on there? Are you surprised? I didn't like Zach LaVine's response to the fan. I thought that was, you know,
I mean, still
entitled.
Ty, but yeah, but you can't come and just start going crazy in the stands,
right. And say
Well,
regardless.
anything you
they
want
kicked
Yeah,
because
him
you
out
bought a
though.
ticket.
I know, but still like say if you worked at the at Target, right? You walk in
Right.
Target, motherfucker just come on just talking shit. I don't like the way you bagging my shit. You need to start. You gonna want to fight him, right?
Yeah,
That's his
but
that's his place of work. You can't come in questioning what he's doing, whether he's playing great or not. You can't come in. You paid a ticket to see him play.
and
I'll give you a
all right.
perfect example, Ty. You have one of your speaking events.
Yeah.
And you speaking, the motherfucker come up there and start talking. Man, shut the fuck up, man. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Let the fuck you up over here. You be like, hold up. Who the
Yeah.
fuck you talking to?
Yeah.
Like,
You're
wait
right.
up. You looking around like, who the
Yeah.
fuck
You're
is you
right.
talking to? You know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying?
Hmm.
So it's almost very it's that's exactly the analogy I think Mike was trying to give us
Yeah,
right there
like
with
you
But tell
that.
can't
me
come
But
in.
this.
as the Sacramento Kings, though, hold up. When you said it, I was like, what is that? I smell doo doo.
Damn.
There you
I
go.
mean, they're in a rough patch right now. I think Doug is doing the best that he can with the circumstances. I mean, they already put on the line that everybody's tradable except Keegan Murray and their new rookie. Um, so I mean, how do you like this? Like the mindset today is different from when we were. To where it's like, oh shit, they want to trade me. Okay, I'm worth it. Okay, let me try to see what I can do to try to get up out of here. I try to
Yeah.
bullshit my way over here. And that's what it looks like. You know what I mean? They're going
Well,
out there.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to talk about the Zach thing first. The Zach thing, the fans they talk about what they see, and the guy was just talking about what he was seeing.
But he got to
Zach not
talk
playing
about it.
defense.
He was with the girl. Talk about with the girlfriend that you brought to the game. Don't try to go into the people's place of work and try to check
That
somebody at
nigga
work.
could have went on Twitter.
But
He
that
got a
happens
Twitter
at
account or an
it
Instagram
happens at
account.
every game though, doesn't it? Doesn't that happen at every game when the opposing team is coming into an arena, or even those passionate fans who want to see better product on the court, better energy, better effort? Do they not have the right to express that?
Not at the game in your face. No.
Yeah, I don't think I would have to. I'm sorry with you, Mike. I'm
Yeah.
not rolling with that because now it could be a line that's crossed, right? And again, nobody comes to your job if you're not performing well and yells at you,
But
Yeah.
that's a
even though
different
even
that's
no,
a
no, it's
different
not.
thing
It's no
because we
different.
go
No,
there for that.
it's no different. It's no different. If an owner of a company is paying you as an employee and you're underperforming, is it okay for him to come in there and cuss you out or send one of his underlings to come in there and cuss you out and talk crazy to you? No, that's not fair. Just because he pays you doesn't give him the right to disrespect you as a person. And so
I
that's where I
I
think
agree
where it comes from.
1000% with that. The only
Yeah.
thing I'm saying is if it crosses that line, kick him out. Kick him out. But if what's the difference between what that fan did or when I believe you was playing for Boston when they had the paper bags and they were booing y'all and they were talking trash about.
I wasn't with Boston when that happened.
Okay, but you know
I was there. We won
I'm
we
getting it
won
though.
66 games and 64 games when I was there.
Okay, Negro, you know what I'm talking about now.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know. Mike, the only
what's
one
the
to tell
difference
I
though?
never heard that story. I never seen that.
that's
I mean,
that's as a collective, Ty. Like
it's
you're doing it
archived.
just yeah, boo, you're doing that. But when you start to get up and start to act like you're a threat to somebody, that's different.
That is different. That is
Like
different. But
what if Zach LaVine has some goons in the crowd and now the guy get beat up? What
yeah,
do you going to try to sue him? Now I get to sue him because he did this. Not sit down and watch the game. You
Hey,
paid
Mike,
for your ticket.
is statute of limitation up from? I think it is, huh? Statute of limitation. We
no,
okay.
oh no, we ain't even going there.
What?
No, you know what I'm
All right,
talking about, nigga.
yeah, yeah.
Mike
But
know what I'm
anyway, I
talking
don't know.
about.
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll wait
Oh,
till
I don't. Okay,
afterwards.
yeah.
We'll wait till
yeah,
I have no idea what
They
I'm
you're
can
talking
very
cut
about.
this shit
different.
out if they want to.
Yeah, but I don't even want to give him a choice too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really indifferent about that, man. I mean, if you underperforming, man, like we was hearing it from the fans here, but it never crossed the line. They were just stating facts. And if the fact is, bro, you ain't playing defense, bro, D up. You getting beat too easy. Like I
But
don't
now
see. I don't.
coming close to the bench and
That's
pointing
wrong.
at
You're
you
right.
and
You're right.
yeah,
That's
you know what
wrong.
I mean? Yeah,
You're right. You're
you
right.
can't do that.
Out of
Yeah, you're right.
pocket.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
He
right.
out of pocket for that.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
maybe he's not playing no defense. Maybe he's not giving the effort on offense. But shit, name one person that went to their job and had a great day every day, no
Yeah.
mistakes at their job. It's still a
Yeah.
job. People look at it as an entertainment. It's a job.
Yeah. 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 So, do you guys think they should blow the team up?
I
I ain't
think I
watched
think
enough.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it might be time. I think now, Greg. I mean, I watched Doug at the training camp, watched him at
Yeah.
practice. I think he's doing a great job. You know what I mean? As far as
Yeah.
the passion he has in teaching these guys. Because you got to remember, the stuff that the way we grew up on isn't the same way that these guys are doing it. And
Yeah.
Doug's
Yeah.
Doug's kind of bringing old school stuff back, and just trying to make the guys tougher, like I'm trying to do at my school. Just trying to make these
Yeah.
guys get a tough mindset. And I think they was doing, but I mean, I don't, like I said, I'm not in the backdrops of everything and
Yeah.
like the meetings and stuff. So I don't know what's going on. I see what everybody else sees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not like I have any background extra background information on anything that's going on. So I'm just seeing what I see.
Well,
Um,
I would say this in regards to blowing it up. I think Doug is a phenomenal person first and foremost. I think he's a great coach, but I think he plays with the level he played with the level of passion where these young men, most of them don't have that. And
mhm,
if you got to blow it up to bring in people who match the coach's energy, well, blow it up then.
mhm.
But
If they
Doug is
blow it
coach.
up,
What's
go
up?
ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And
Go ahead.
I said if Doug is coaching at a level or trying to bring passion and energy to guys who don't have that innate characteristic, it's not going to work. So go ahead, Eddie.
If they blow it up, he out of there.
You
That's
think
how
Why?
that.
so?
Why?
Yeah,
He just
but
signed.
that
I mean, he just signed.
you what you who that you think they care about if you just signed and got an extension? That if they blow that up, first thing they gonna do, they gonna ask the people that they kept around, and they're gonna say, "Is this the guy for us?" And if not, they're gonna find somebody else. I've never seen a team get blown up and the coach not gone to, and the GM usually is gone. When the owner blows
They
something
just
up,
got the GM there.
Exactly. They just
I'm,
got the
I'm just trying
GM,
to say though.
but that's a team that was inherited, and so
So you you can't blow it up.
Doug's equity within the organization is real strong. And so now is the perfect time to blow it up because this is Scott Perry's first year. This is Doug's first year. Blow it up and see what they can actually do. But this
They
is
said
not the team that Scott put
Equity.
together, though.
they said to put two guys are off limits: Keegan Murray and
And you
Neat
said the
Clifford.
rookie.
Yeah, Neat Clifford, their first round draft pick this year. So they said everybody's on the board. And I mean, when you get older guys, DeRozan, love DeRozan's game. Westbrook. I wanted Westbrook here at the team. And when you get those guys, and then you tell them like, "Shit, we're trying to move on from you." Mindsets kind of get fucked up to where it's like, you know what? All right, you want to play that game? Go ahead and play the young kids. I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
half-ass shit. I'm getting $50 million.
Golly.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the mindset. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
shit, fuck it. I'm gonna
I'm
be
gonna go
here,
back.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you're gonna get out of me, but I'll
Yeah.
be here.
Yeah.
You
I'm gonna
know?
I'm gonna go back to something you said that was poignant. I use that word right there. You understand me? Yeah,
Who,
man.
Ty or
Yeah, to show a
me?
little education. You did, but no.
Ty or me?
But no, for real though. That's going to resonate right now with what you just said. You said equity, right? And you think
Yeah.
You said Doug has done enough with this organization, and he has enough equity. Well, shit. Didn't we just talk about Chris Paul? And what about the equity that he earned with the Clippers? Look how they treated that nigga.
It's different.
So
It's different. It's different, Eddie,
how is it different?
because Sacramento treat their legends way better than the Clippers have. The
That's
city
a
of
oh,
Sacramento, the
that's a oh, that's
organization, the management, they love Doug.
no, but that's a whole different organization now. The Clippers are totally different than the Donald Sterling days that I was there. Okay. When I was there with them, that was totally different. When Mikey was almost getting drafted by them, if you would have went number one instead of Oval Account, that was the best thing that probably happened to you, man. To
Yeah,
be honest with you.
I think they just made bad moves over there. Like you said, they signed Blake Griffin to a 5-year deal and trade him away. I think in the first year. Um, They got Paul George for all those draft picks, trade away
Whoop
SGA
they
to put all
self.
those things. And so I mean, I think it's just a lot of things that they've been doing. I don't think they've changed. They just maybe changed owners. I just think that they might like have a curse on them or something to where
But
nothing will be right.
the owner just got there. So I'm gonna give grace in that particular, like, you gotta give some years to change something. You know what I mean? You don't
What owner?
Things
The
don't
owner for
change.
the Clippers?
Balmer. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's only
It's
been
been
there
like
for
5, 6 years.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, how long do it take to change a whole business? You gotta all the employees you gotta take up out of there. You building a new stadium over there. You want to build a new practice facility. It's so many things that are tied up in that particular part of the game. And now, so you got to give them I'll give Balmer because I feel like he is enthusiastic. and he wants that team to win. And I feel like he'll do what it takes to win. He just has to hire the people that are going to do the things to help that team
Yeah.
win. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything else behind that. But as far as when I went back to my equity thing, I feel like Chris Paul had equity with the Clippers. He made the Clippers relevant at that time. Him, Blake Griffin, what was that shit called? What was it called? Lob City. When they
Hmm.
came, Lob City, him, DeAndre, Jordan, Blake Griffin, Jamal Crawford, all those guys that came there and kind of changed it to where you thought that possibly they were going to beat the Golden State Warriors, but then Chris Paul hurt his hamstring, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when you look at it in the totality of that, I think Chris Paul earned equity to at least get
I
a
agree.
flight back to motherfucking LA
I agree.
and then at least be home in the morning
Yep.
and say, hey man,
Yep.
don't even come to practice, man. We're gonna go a different direction, or you could come
Yeah.
meet us in the office, come to practice, but we're not gonna practice, just we got a discussion that we gotta have. So I feel like that's the equity that was built up there, and they don't give a fuck about coaches, man. One thing for
Well,
sure, two things for certain, coaches get hired to get fired, man. That's
yeah.
the one
Yeah.
thing about it.
Yeah. Well, that is true. I do agree about the Chris Paul thing, but we don't know the events that actually happened. Maybe it was just time. We don't know. But in regards to Doug has been so loyal to the organization, and I was super happy to see them reciprocate their loyalty with him, with giving him the opportunity. So hopefully they get it right. All of us on this podcast are big fans of Doug
No
and
doubt.
the Sac Kings. So moving on to the Pistons. Big. I'm a big fan of Cade. Is Cade putting up an MVP type season?
He's a dog. Like you,
A dog.
you get the situations in playing basketball. You got to have some kind of dog in you to where you don't give a shit. If you could miss 45 shots in a game and still go out there and make 14 and feel and lead your team to a win,
Yeah.
shit, that's some good shit. I think
Yeah.
how many shots did he miss in that one game? 50. You got to be
Yeah.
a dog to miss 50 shots.
Yeah.
No, and keep taking the
Miss.
motherfuckers like shit. Fuck it. At one point, hey, you be like, my shit off. Hold up. Let me get this. But you got to be a cold motherfucker to be still out there after you
and
miss
just
50 shots. You know what I mean? After
and
you miss
just think
20 shots, you think a motherfucker going to pull you out the game.
and just think how many free throws he shot. So he would have shot way more shots than that.
I seen him
Well,
Way more
play
I'm
again.
shots than that.
We
Cade
just
being
got
from Dallas, my hometown. I'm super excited. I'm a big Cade fan. Tyrese Maxey, Case and While all them dudes are from the Metroplex in Dallas. We killing the game right now. Anyway, I love the Thompson boy too. I don't know if it's a sewer or seer,
Dog.
it's a sewer. It's a sewer.
a sewer. Man, JB got something special there.
You got when you get guys that are hungry, it's different.
Yeah.
Those guys look like they're hungry.
Yes, sir.
They're
Yes, sir.
youngsters
So
this the thing. They don't know they don't know any better. You know what I mean? And you
yeah,
got to think
yeah,
about last year. Like, if you gonna be that dude or you gonna be that team, they lost 28 straight games.
yeah,
Mm.
Okay. They
yeah,
lost 28 straight games. And I just watched us play them, right? And we end up getting them by 2 points. And it wasn't it was just one of them games where the ball rolled in our direction and the ball bounced in our direction at the right time for the end, because it was a 2 point game. But Cade Cunningham had 42 points. He
yeah,
was probably the best player out on the court. I know
yeah,
Jaylen Brown is cold, but that night, I would say Cade Cunningham was the best player out on the court. And there was nothing that anybody could do to stop what he wanted to do. He's 6'6". He's strong as hell. He's athletic as hell. He can make plays for himself, make plays for others. Cade Cunningham definitely is in the MVP talks for two reasons. One is I just named all those reasons, what he's able to do and what he's doing for his team, but their record. They're leading the
yeah,
East right. They
yeah,
are out there the one no the best team in the East, one of the best teams in the East. And again, going back to your point, Ty, JB Bickerstaff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He had those guys believing. And when you get a young team that's hungry, that went through something last year, the 28 game losing streak, and then have zero expectations coming into the season, then it's totally different. You know what I mean? They come out, they have, and then especially you make them believe. If you make them
Yeah.
believe in training camp, and then your star players believe in what you putting out there, shit, you're gonna have a team that
Yeah.
you're gonna have to contend with. That's just how that shit go.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike, what team in the East or West, whichever one, is the biggest disappointment thus far for you?
Um, no, I had my eyes set on the Kings. I thought the Kings were going to do something
Yeah.
great this year, and I think I mean, they got an extra year on the guys' belts. Um, trying to think, let me think.
Let me help you. In the Western Conference, New Orleans is last. Clippers, Kings, Mavericks, Utah. That's 11 through 15.
I'd probably say Clippers.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
I
West
mean,
for
just
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
just I mean, just the fact that I mean, they look good on paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just, I mean, to have a 5-16 record is tough. But I mean, that's why you got to go out there and play the games. But I mean, there's a
Yeah.
few that you look at and be like, damn, I know it's gonna be like that. You can look at all the bad teams if you want.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I watched the Kings play the Suns. The Suns didn't look bad either. As far as the guys, they got the little guard Gillespie.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
out there working. He's out
He
there doing what
balling.
he needs to do. And I mean, just when you get a guy that they don't expect nothing out of, it helps. It's always a plus. And D Book, that was one of my. I think that was the first time me watching D Book play in person. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, because I saw him before the game, I was like, shit, I hope you playing tonight, man. I want to see you, and I've got a chance to see you play yet. I mean, he's everything advertised, and it just looks so
Hell
easy
yeah.
for him.
Yeah. He
He
tough.
Yeah, he just
He
looks. I
tough.
mean, it's like so easy for him. And
Yeah.
you could watch you could tell he works on his game. You could see the
Yeah.
snap on his shot. You could see the way he plays, and I mean, it was just good to see Phoenix. Just to see Book, play
Yeah.
like that. So,
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Book. When I was in Phoenix, he was 19.
mm,
And I thought his game was super mature. He was mature for a 19-year-old period, but his game, his work ethic, his approach from a 19-year-old kid, man, was unbelievable. So I'm not surprised to see all the success that he has experienced. Man, he is a problem, and he could be a problem for a long time. Eddie,
hmm
how about you, bro?
Okay, I'm gonna go in the East first, and then I'm gonna go to the West.
Okay.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee has
Yep.
been a disappointment. I thought that they would be a whole lot better. Everybody has been talking about them being a whole lot better. They have played a little bit better here of late, but they have been a disappointment. The 76ers to me, I know they're 11 and
Yep.
9. That's their record, but you haven't seen Joel Embiid play. You barely see Paul George play. And the
Yep.
reason why they're 11 and 9 is everybody else is balling out, and Tyrese Maxey is the head of the snake. He is the
Yep.
engine that runs that car. And they're finally figuring that out. I think we talked about this in the summer or maybe even
Mhm.
last year when we were doing our one of the podcasts. And I was like, they got to hand over the keys to Tyrese
To
Maxey. And
Kyrie.
if they
Yeah.
don't
Yeah. You
do
said
that,
that. Yeah.
and we the OGs, the guys that ain't on the floor gonna have to just live with that or get out on the floor and show that nah, it's still our time, young buck. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
those
but
two teams,
you can't get out there and say that if you're not even on the court. Like
that's
those
what
young
that's
guys,
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's my
like
point.
Edgecombe came in there too and is out there
Balling,
working. Yeah, so
Yep.
I mean, it's
balling.
like they look at those type of guys. You look at and be like, man, you ain't even playing. I
Yeah.
ain't listening to
Right.
what you talking about. You ain't played in 4 years. I ain't listening to what you talking about.
Man.
Right.
That's the
We
type
over
of
here
mindset you
grinding every
get.
day. Right. We grinding every day.
Yeah,
We in practice every day. We going back and forth. You still back in Philly while we out on the road for 7 days. You know what I'm saying? Playing 4 and 7 nights or five and
yeah.
seven nights. And I mean, come on. I'll tell
Yeah.
you my the West Coast though. I agree with you, Mike. It's the Clippers for sure. Just very disappointed with what they have done. But here's another one, Memphis. I thought Memphis was going to be a little bit better than what they were going to be. Ja Morant is, I don't know, I don't want to say a shell of himself, but I want to say that he almost jinxed himself when he said, "I'm not going to dunk no more." Because that was a whole part of his whole thing. Even though his shoes that just came out that I seen the commercial for, them things is fresh. So, Ja, if you listen, man, you send your boy a pair, man. Size 13, and we all good with that. But no, in all seriousness, I think that they've been a disappointment, man. They could have been a whole lot better. I thought they were going to be a whole lot better, but with Jaren Jackson, with the big fella Edie, I know that he's been hurt and stuff like that, but with Ja out there, I thought that they were going to be able to bring a little bit more to the table than what they have been so far.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Memphis. I think Ja is his game is too nice to be confined, and I think that new coach wants to play the European style of ball, which I think it would not be successful in the NBA. Ja needs to get it and go. Ja's best asset is his just natural ability just to hoop, his instincts, right? And it seems as if that particular coach wants to kind of control the offensive side. And I think on dead balls, free throws, timeouts, things of that nature, run a set. But Ja is phenomenal with his instincts, man. Just give him the ball and let him trust. We have the guys running. We have Jaren, JJ with can stretch the floor, but holding him back, I think, is a huge mistake for the Memphis Grizzlies, and Ja not feeling it. And at the end of the day, players win games, coaches coach. So that's my 2 cents on that. Uh,
I
what you?
got 2 more cents. I
Yeah,
got 2 more cents for you though.
yeah. Go ahead.
So you said a coach trying to bring a year. I want to just clarify this so I can
Okay.
understand where you're going with it. European style of ball don't work in the NBA,
Okay.
and that's what that coach is trying to bring.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out because you saying that the Europeans are the
I can
best in the
I can
NBA.
elaborate. Yeah, no problem.
That's all I'm saying. Elaborate,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I
elaborate,
what
conversate.
I'm
You
saying
understand
is
me?
what I'm saying is playing in Europe, you can play zone. So being more structured with your cuts, being that zone or packing the paint doesn't allow for the instinctual game except in transition. Now in the league, there's more driving angles, there are more passing lanes where a guy like Ja needs to be free. So that's what I'm saying in regards to that European style that he's trying to put in with the Memphis Grizzlies with John Morant isn't conducive to Ja's natural skill set. Now, if it's a dead ball, run a play, move the ball from side to side, cuts, and those type of things. But I would say 60 to 65% of basketball is up and down. So
Random,
that's what I
random.
mean. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I
It's
got you.
it's random. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was a great way to explain that. I appreciate you.
No problem, my brother.
I
No problem.
appreciate you.
So
Way to
so
the way to enlighten everybody.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So Mike, I'm gonna ask you the question first because you did that whole veteran thing with New York. What do you think, or how? What's your opinion on how Karan Butler managed the Myron Gardner situation in regards to Clay?
I liked it.
I did
I
too.
mean, you're not gonna get a lot of guys that will. I mean, you gotta respect your elders. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Clay's done a lot of shit for the league. He did a lot of shit, as a player. And you can't go in there and be sitting on the bench and talking shit. That's my worst thing, sitting on the bench and a person saying something and can't get in the game. Um, but I mean, I think it was good that he went and sought him out, and I mean that's what veterans do, and I think that the NBA is taking a lot of that out to where there's no more older players, no more vets like that
Yeah.
that could do
Hmm.
stuff like that, and much respect to Karan, and Karan's been in the game for a long time, and playing and coaching. It's just good to see a guy show respect for a guy that needs doesn't need but should get respect due to him.
Yeah. How about you, Eddie?
I agree with that. Everything that Mike
Yeah.
said. I mean, when it come down to it, this is a fraternity, man, and you do
Yep.
got to respect the fact of guys that put in work, or guys that just played, and guys that were role players. You know what I mean? Especially if they had long tenures or long careers. You know, everybody, we all know guys that came into the league and played 1 or 2 seasons, 3 seasons, was out of the league. But we talking about guys that are able to get their pensions at the end of their career. We talking about guys that played a long stretch with either one team or went a bunch of teams and still was able to hang around into the league to get those things done. And so it is a respect level that you have to have. And so I mean, I don't. It doesn't surprise me with Karan. Karan, when I was my 3rd year in Miami, he was a rookie. He came in as a
Yeah.
rookie. Um, it was him and God rest his soul, Rasul Butler. So they was the two
So
butlers. Yeah, they was the two Sul Bop. They was the two butlers that came in at the time. And I wouldn't say that I took him under my wing because I was only a 3rd year player, but I just was player with him. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
everybody that I ever fucked with, just like when Matt Barnes, when we talked with Matt was like, man, he was just player, he never did no, you know what I'm saying? He was always hella cool because that's what I wanted when I came in the league. I came in the league with some OG vets,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it was, you know, carry this bag. Hey, go get me this spit cup, Rook. Hey, can you bring
yeah,
me this water at our water break? Hey, can I get the newspaper? Hey, bring me my motherfucking practice shit before practice. Make sure that you get up and have that shit on my door before I they passing that shit out anyway. I'm thinking to myself, well, shit, I got it hanging on my motherfucking door. Why the fuck they can't just hang it on there? But they want me to, you know what I mean? It was
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
part
yeah.
of the dues that you had to pay back then. And not everybody was like that to where that I would say Brian Grant was a great vet, and so was Anthony Mason. God rest his soul. He was probably top tier vet right there because he was
Yeah,
super solid with everything he did. So yeah,
for
that's just
sure.
how it's supposed to go though.
My only issue is Myron Gardner is a two-way guy, and we all know how expendable those contracts are. Like for that type of person, you should be doing everything you can to stay on the team. But the mindset of these young players, the entitlement, the lack of respect, like that's really a pandemic that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, the 15, 14, 13 guy just did anything just to stay. You have a
Mm-hmm.
two-way guy on the bench, not gonna play, talking noise to Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters ever. Like
Right.
that's the type of that's that's where we at right now, and that's really I ain't talking about Myron specifically, but their mindset pisses me off.
Wait
But
up though. You said it's a pandemic,
yeah,
so we need to create a vaccine for that shit.
something, something, man. Like
Motherfucker need to get a
and
shot for that. You know what I
it's at
mean?
all pandemic, epidemic, but it's at
No, I
all
know what I'm
the
saying. Yeah.
levels.
Yeah, all
It's
that
it's at
shit.
it's at
We need to
it's at
create
all
a
the
shot
levels,
for them
man.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Huh? Get a
Some
shot that bad when they come into the as soon as they come into the team meeting. Hey man, you got to go ahead and take this shot real quick. Bloom, give them the
something, man.
jab.
I don't know, but hey, but before we go, man, let's talk. If you don't mind, I know we're not the podcast who talk a bunch of noise or have clickbait, but this thing that's going on with Kenyon and Draymond, it was kind of funny at first, but man, it just keep going on, and I hate for these two individuals, man,
Kmart
who
ain't gonna stop.
Kenyon
No,
Kmart
he
not
ain't
gonna
gonna
not.
stop.
stop.
And Draymond not gonna die. Kenyon from Oak Cliff. That's where I'm from. So I know he ain't gonna stop. I don't know about Saginaw, but I heard Saginaw, Michigan, or Flint, Michigan, wherever Draymond is from. I've heard they just as with it as anybody else. With that being said, both of them played in different parts or different generations, different seasons, different whatever. But like both of them did their thing, man. So I
Yeah,
really
they
hate
both
to see
they
them keep
both
on
got good
going.
points. They both got good points. Kmart wasn't no slouch.
Not at all.
You know what I
Hell
mean?
Not
no.
at
So
all.
and so it's something that they got going on, man, and they ain't gonna be petty to each other. That's on them. I
Yeah.
stay in my lane. I mind my business. I listen. I'm gonna listen. I ain't nothing to say about that. That's their business. They got
Yeah,
going
all
on.
right,
I'm
that's
not gonna
fair enough.
chime in on
That's
that.
that's That's a typical straight game podcast response, man. Let them do all that foolishness, and we're gonna keep on keeping the funky over here. So I got my notes. I ain't gonna even talk about Michael Porter Jr. run his mouth on podcast. That ain't what we do. We're gonna keep it positive. We're gonna keep it going, man. Keep giving everybody their flowers and talking and giving straight game. With that being said, it's another episode, Straight Game Podcast. I'm Ty Ellis. We got Mike Bibby. We got Eddie House. Once again, thank y'all for the support. Keep hitting that like button. Keep pressing that subscribe button. Thank y'all for the support. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Thank you.
I'm Mike Bibby.
I'm Ty Ellis.
I'm Eddie House, host of the Straight Game Podcast.
Each week, we're bringing you real, raw conversations
About sports, life, and family.
Tap into Straight Game wherever you get your podcast. You can also watch all episodes on YouTube.